Hey guys, come on downstairs. We're playing Minnesota Twins franchise here on MLB The Show 17 on Mama's Basement. It's episode number 91. We've got the Toronto Blue Jays in a quickie homestand. 3 games from Target Field before we head back out on the road to take on the Tigers, the Braves, and the Chicago White Sox. We're in the month of August in our second season of Minnesota Twins franchise. We come into this one, game number 110. At 47-62, it's been an injury-plagued season. And we take on the Toronto Blue Jays, who are 67-40 and leaders of the American League East. Alex Meyer goes for us, making his 22nd start. He's got a 3.68 ERA, 120 strikeouts to just 27 walks, a 1.22 whip, giving up 128 hits in 127 innings. Danny Duffy will face him for the Jays. He is 3-8 on the year, a 5.30 ERA. In 103.2 innings, he's given up 108 hits as we get things underway from Target Field in the first. Runners on the corners for Mike Moustakas with 2 outs. The delivery from Alex Meyer. Moustakas drives this one deep to right field. Off the wall, it is flagged down by, I think that's Max Kepler out there in right. And a run comes in to score for the Jays. Mike Moustakas with the RBI. In the middle of one. Toronto 1, Twins nothing. Brian Dozier, second in the American League with 27 home runs. He's got 70 RBIs as well. With a runner on second, and he slices this one into the right center gap. Byron Buxton comes around third to score, and Dozier is going to be in with a stand-up double to get the Twins on the board. Second inning. With the bases loaded and 1 out, Byron Buxton at the plate, and Buxton drives it deep to left center field. That one is back. It splits the gap. It bounces over the wall into the bullpen. A ground rule double for Buxton, and 2 runs scored. The bases loaded again, this time for Dozier, and Dozier swings over the top of a changeup. So the Twins get 2 runs, but leave them loaded. In the end of 2, it's 3-1 Minnesota. Troy Tulowitzki steps in, batting .268, 22 home runs and 70 RBIs. Been a productive year for Tulo as he grounds it to Brian Dozier at second. But Alex Meyer comes up clutching his elbow on the play, and he will be relieved by Trevor May, making his 44th appearance. Edwin Encarnacion with 2 outs, a runner on first, a 3-2 count. Here's the delivery from May. Encarnacion goes oppo into the gap. Encarnacion heading for second, and a runner will come in to score. An RBI double for Edwin Encarnacion, and it's 3-2 Twins in the middle of 5. Kenys Vargas batting .299 with a runner on third and 2 outs, and Vargas lifts it deep to center field. That one is back. Kevin Pillar going back at the wall, and he makes the catch right at the track. At the end of 5, Twins 3, Blue Jays 2. Jesse Chavez on for the Jays. He is 5-0 with a 3.43 ERA. This will be his 31st appearance. Out of the bullpen for Toronto, he'll face Byron Buxton. Game is tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Buxton with a runner on first. He finds the gap as well in right center. Both teams have worn out that gap. Runner coming around third and heading for the plate. And the throw is going to be not in time. Jorge Polanco slides under the tag, and Buxton puts the Twins back out in front, 4-3 at the end of the 7th. Byron Buxton in again in the 8th inning. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, a chance to break the game open for the Twins. He lifts it to center field, but Kevin Pillar is underneath it, and he will make the catch. The Twins leave the bases loaded for the second time in the game. At the end of 8, it's still 4-3 Minnesota. 9th inning, Brandon Kinsler on, looking for his 3rd save. Got a 2.22 ERA. Again, we traded away our closer, Jake McGee, at the trade deadline. And since then, it's been closer by committee. Dalton Pompey is going to lay down the bunt. Dominguez charges and throws. Barehanded play by Dominguez on to first. A beautiful one by the third baseman. Playing here against his former team, the Toronto Blue Jays. He was buried on the depth chart at third behind Donaldson and Mike Moustakas, and he was at their AAA farm club, Buffalo. With 2 outs, Troy Tulowitzki steps in. He's got 22 home runs on the year. Again, a very productive year for Tulo. And Tulowitzki lifts it to right field. Robbie Grossman is going to run it down and make the catch in right. And the Twins win this one by a score of 4-3, improving to 48-62 at the 110 game mark. Trevor May is your winner. Brandon Kinsler picks up his 3rd save. The losing pitcher is Jesse Chavez. Edwin Encarnacion 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI for the Jays. Mike Moustakas 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Dalton Pompey drives one in as well. Byron Buxton 2 doubles, 3 RBIs and a 2 for 4 game. Jorge Polanco goes 3 for 3 for the Twins. All right, let's see where we are statistically. Right now we are 12th in the major leagues in strikeouts with 852. Our leader is Alex Meyer. On the batting side, our batting average leaders, we are 11th as a team at 258. Joe Mauer, our leader, at 282. Runs scored, we are 28th at 368 runs scored. Brian Dozier leading the way with 54. As far as hits go, we are 10th in the majors in hits with 982. Joe Mauer, our team leader, with 114. Byron Buxton right behind him. We're 27th in doubles, so we have not hit for extra bases much this year. Joe Mauer with 21 is our team leader, and we are dead last in triples at 12. The Jays are the team right ahead of us with 13. Byron Buxton has 5 triples to lead the team. Home runs, we are tied for 20th with 103. We have dropped quite a bit, as early in the year we were up near the top, but we have dropped off the pace. Of course, we've had some injuries. Luis Valbuena has been out for a while. He was one of our leaders, as has Miguel Sano. Stolen bases were 25th with 40. Byron Buxton has 22. Stolen base percentage, we've moved up to 28th. Last year we finished 30th. Our goal was to not finish 30th this year. We are close, but so far we are achieving that goal. 27th in grounding into double plays, so we haven't done a good job staying out of the double plays. Again, on the pitching side, ERA, we have a team ERA at 3.73. Irvin Santana at 3.49 is the leader. Alex Meyer close behind him. We have allowed 430 runs on the year. That is good for 19th in baseball. Irvin Santana has only given up 48. Home runs allowed, we are tied for 9th, giving up 103 home runs. So doing a pretty decent job of keeping the ball in the yard. Strikeouts, we have dropped from, we were number 1 after a couple months of the season, but we've dropped down to number 12. Second game of this 3-game series, the Jays win this one 4-3. They improved to 68-41. The Twins fall to 48-63. Jeremy Hellickson is your winning pitcher. The loser for the Twins is Alex Wood. He goes 6 2/3, giving up 4 runs with 5 walks and 4 strikeouts. Matt Dominguez 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Emilio Bonifacio 1 for 3 with a home run. And Eddie Rosario ends up on the 10-day disabled list. And we called up Robbie Grossman. This happened a few days ago. As you saw, Robbie Grossman played in an earlier game. And the Twins also had a roster spot to fill, so they purchased the contract of Nick Birdie and called him up. The final game with the Toronto Blue Jays, a 7-3 win for Toronto. Tulo goes 3 for 6 with 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. Jeff Ames 3 for 6 with a pair of doubles. Edwin Encarnacion 2 for 6 with a home run and double and an RBI as well. Devin Travis gets 2 RBIs for the Blue Jays. All right, that's going to be the end of this episode as we look at the standings. The Jays, 10 games ahead of the Boston Red Sox. The Rays, 16 back. We are 18 games behind the Indians and 6 games behind the Kansas City Royals. The Mariners, 5.5 games ahead of the Angels, 7 ahead of the Astros. The Nationals, 12 games ahead of the Marlins. The Mets, 17.5 back. The Phillies, 18.5 back. And in the NL Central, the Cubs have a 9-game lead on the Pittsburgh Pirates, 9.5 over the Cardinals. Out in the West, the Dodgers at 72-39, 11 games ahead of the Giants, 16.5 ahead of the Colorado Rockies. All right, up next for us is the Detroit Tigers from Motor City. In Twins episode number 92, hope you'll join us as we head towards the finish of year number 2 of our Minnesota Twins franchise here on Mama's Basement.